Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happy watching this Physical in Tokyo, coming at you with some, it's been a hot minute, since we've done some Isaac, I think. I don't remember. Everything's... Holly! Holly, it's lovely to see you! Pickles all your vegetables overnight like an elf, but eating a bunch like a gremlin. I love it, but if you pickle all my vegetables, I can't make my curry or my sauce, so we might have problems. Also pickled spinach. Would that be good? Alice! Lovely to see you as well, Alice. I hope that you're well. I hope that life is treating both of you very well. Not giving you any, I won't pickle your potatoes. I do use potatoes in curry as well. But maybe I could buy some extra. And we could pickle those, and then we could nibble on the side, the pickled stuff. You had a rotten day. I had also a rotten day. Do I have gold curry? I do not. I make my own curry. I mean, I make my own curry adjacent thing. I call it curry because it uses all the same ingredients and spices, but I don't imagine that it is authentic to the Indian experience. I would not make that claim, but I don't know a simpler way to say it, so I just call it curry. But it is my own. It's not a J-side curry. A lot of it was nasty, but some of it was just weird. I have not had cup ramen in like forever. It's been a long time. I sell Nissan ramen though in large quantities. Wait, Holly, I just want to check really quick. Was this related to the teaching? Because I know that you said that you were going to be doing some teaching, and I hope not. Not real living in Japan head? I mean, no, honestly, that's kind of it's kind of like an ongoing theme. Like, I live in Japan, but I do sometimes feel that I live not a particularly Japanese life. Which is, I mean, okay. I don't need to weeb out entirely, but sometimes it does feel very disjointed. Worked a split shift before school care and ASC. The guy in charge dropped the ball multiple times. Ooh, I do not like that. I do not like the sound of that. Also, I need to side point out, if we run into wait what during this stream, I will probably scream and be unhappy. Shaking my head, time to buy a katana and a kimono and apply for Japanese citizenship. I wouldn't mind wearing a yukata, like a summer kimono would be kind of nice. Actual like kimono for women. I mean, honestly, I'd probably just butch out and wear a guy's kimono, because it would probably look pretty good on me. The kimono for women are a little bit too much, I feel like. They're a lot. Like, it's a lot to put them on. They're quite elaborate. And I don't need that, to be honest. Like, I don't like the look enough to justify it. My Japanese trans friends had struggles with kimonos. I would imagine. Like, I taught Japanese women who like they went to kimono class to learn how to put on kimono properly, because it's it's kind of a lot. I need to peep. He slept through his alarm, so I got there on time and had to scramble. Then he forgot to get the food order, so we had no fresh food. Oh fuck, that's not great. Because the children, they need their fresh food. They are children. They must be fed and watered. I'm not gonna die against you. We've got this handy dandy battery set up here, and I'm not allowing us to die. But like the summer kimono are pretty nice, and they're even for women. Summer kimono are just a lot less, and they've got a pretty good look to them. You had to drive to get the order with your own car. Did they pay for your gas? They better have done. Cause gas be expensive. And luck be a lady, but gas be expensive. I should hope so, honestly. They also struggle with geisha costumes they wore for an event. That's a lot. Like, yeah, there's a whole fucking process to put on a geisha outfit. I can claim it on tax. Nice. Make the government work for you, not against you. I mean, yeah, not against you. We don't want the government working against you. They work at tourism. Their work is tourism adjacent, and they're in kimono. They're in Kyoto, so yeah. I would imagine it's inescapable then. But I can also imagine that it was just a lot of doing to get that done right. I could never. I mean, beyond the fact that it's just extremely not my look. Like, I would not look good in a geisha outfit. Then I got back and unloaded just to be told that I have to go up to get the young ones. A kid who's very immature was being a pill. Was it Vivian? The one with the stars on his forehead? I did watch The Young Ones when I was a child. It was on Comedy Network, Comedy Central. I carried that service today. That service is existing on your back. And that's not fair. You shouldn't have to do that.
2 of clubs.
2 of clubs. Ooh, nice. Got us a small rock. And we could peep the, Oh! Oh, fudge! Oh, that sucks. Like, everything is too expensive for us. That makes me sad. Well, I'm glad at the very least that the day is over, because it does sound like you've had an awful lot. And that's never fun. My day was also kind of a lot. Between shifts, I went for a fancy coffee place with Moria, which was lovely. I really enjoyed my time trying fancy coffee with her. We've been trying to go there since literally our first date. Well, now I gotta ask, what in this context constitutes fancy coffee? Os Kronos! Lovely to see you as always. I hope you're well. Hope life is not giving you any more stress than you feel like you can deal with.
Pretty flat.
Because you don't deserve to have. I mean, none of us do, but you don't deserve to have too much stress. Today was stress adjacent. What is it with today? Like, everybody's had a fucking day. I think this is distinctly not fair to us. Everything I hear about Kyoto seems like it's pretty cool and also how to live in some parts, lol. It's really busy. Like, the places that you'll probably end up going, just because, like, those are the tourist spots, like, there's a lot of people. Which is not to dissuade you from going, but just kind of as, like, a heads up. The street that, like, the main street that goes up, well, it's not really, it's a very small street, but that goes up to Kiyomizu-dera, which is, you know, that's like the big temple that everybody goes to. It's like, it's this very quaint, shop-lined street, but it's also quite narrow, and because like all the tourists are on that street, yeah. It was nice going to Kiyomizu when it was our wedding, because there was also like a bird flu outbreak that people were actually taking seriously. So nobody was there. My folks were like, oh, this is so lovely. And I was like, it is literally never like this. Nothing too bad. The short form is I had to completely reset my PC. Oh, I hate that. And Holly says, the kind of coffee tasting board that rivals going to a small batch winery and trying different grape beverages. That sounds pretty damn fancy. But Morio also offered a coffee pour-over, which is like having coffee filtered in front of you on a scale for precision, and for some reason the barista just straight up ignored me and focused on Mori. They sound like a douche, that a barista? I was kind of hoping that a coffee pour-over would be like, where you'd get to go to them and be like, yo, you didn't do a good job with this one, you gotta pour it again. Also, you know you're going to a castle in Kyoto. I mean, there are castles in... Is it, oh, fudge. Nijo? Because there's a castle in Kyoto that's got, like, secret passages and shit. Okay. We never ended up going there. And it was one of those ones where it was like... We'd keep on saying, like, oh, we should go there, it sounds really cool, and it was kind of on the list, and then we never actually made it. And keep in mind, I lived in Osaka for like 16 years, so we had ample opportunity to go. The good news is that the reset somewhat worked, and everything is working at a reasonable pace again. That's excellent news. I should probably try doing a full reset on my computer because it is very slow. Manga Museum and that castle is probably the most tourism things I'm doing in Kyoto. The Manga Museum's really nice. I liked it when I went there. In Hiroshima, I'll probably go to the Peace Museum and a local market. Those are, yeah, like I kind of feel like those are the Peace Museum is the Hiroshima thing to do. Morty kept trying to involve me, but this woman wasn't having it. Literally turned away from me and only acknowledged me 3 times in the whole experience. Like, that just sounds absolutely shitty, Holly, and I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. It's very much, as they say, not fucking cool. Did you not leave a... I hope you didn't leave a tip. Tokyo is, Tokyo I still need to make a plan for. Tokyo's fucking giant, though. Like, I don't even know what to do in Tokyo, and I fucking live here. I just go to Nakano all the time. Wait, tipping's not a thing? In the Awkers? That sounds, I mean, I believe you, because why wouldn't I, but it's so weird, like, being from the States and having folks be like, oh no, tipping's just like not done. It's not a thing in most of the world outside of America. I thought it was just like, I mean, I figured not tipping as like a Japanese thing, but okay. I mean, I could go to a local Happy Science place. There's one near me. And there's oh fudge, a yakiniku and horomon place that has Happy Science posters in the window. That's like right near the station. Isn't tipping optional by nature? I mean, yeah, it is. But, like, the only people who don't tip are... I mean, in the US, the only people who don't tip are usually assholes. It's definitely, like, Mr. Pink in, Reservoir Dogs energy to not tip. Have all the Universal church branches shut down at this point? I honestly don't know. Like, I have not been following their fortunes. The organization itself hasn't been, like, listed as a dangerous group, though, has it? This is not family friendly, because there was a topic at the end of stream last time that we didn't get to that I really don't think could be worked into a family-friendly stream. And also, thing kind of happened, thing kind of happened today also to me that was pretty gross and is not family friendly. It's not as gross as some other things that have happened to me, but it was kind of gross, and I wouldn't really want to have to explain it in a family friendly stream. A news scandal? But we still haven't finished. Oh, I'm okay. It's just, well, yeah, I'm okay. It's just like a little bit weirded out, and also a little bit worried, slightly worried, because like this guy kind of maybe knows where I live, so that's not great. I mean, at least he lives in my neighborhood, so like he lives close enough that I see him outside of work. Kishi is refusing to fire a minister who has open ties to the church and is defending them. Well done, Kishi. You stick by your guns and get yourself booted from your job. We have no bombs. I fucking hate it. Kishi's defending the church. Oh, the minister is defending the church. Okay. I was like, if Kishi was like just straight up defending the church, that would be kind of a thing. It's part of the scandal. Part of the scandal. Not the entire scandal, just part of it. Good old LDP. If we could rid ourselves of the LDP, that would be pretty nifty. I don't know where the other parties are at the moment, but they've got to be better than the LDP. I mean, there's Ishin. Ishin's not Ishin. They're the shitty ones. Is it Reiwa? Reiwa's kind of decent. They've got a okay track record on LDP stuff. Not LDP stuff. LGBT stuff. That would be the Ishin, and we definitely don't want them. Reiwa's kind of good, yeah. Kind of good, but with a crummy name. Yes, I do remember that they had a trans candidate up for mayor of Shinjuku? Was it? Is that the Japanese Communist Party? Okay. Wait, where's our... I mean, we don't really need to go to the item room because I'm not trying to get 100% in this file because I already have 100% in this file, so I do not need to do that. Oh shit. Okay. Don't wanna die. Kind of forgot that we've only got three health as a total, which is a problem if I'm playing like a chump. Oh shit. I thought I was gonna have a leg cramp. That would have made me very sad. Ah shit. I mean, might as well take the Yushoke. What are you? Oh, but we can't take it. I would love to, but we can't. Basically, a lot of members are kind of angry with them, doing alliances with more liberal and centrist parties that don't even give them anything. See, that does sound like kind of things in a nutshell. I mean, do they at least get numbers out of it? I suppose. Oh, there's more. Okay. Don't even give them anything, and the party has responded to that by doubling down and expelled a noted member of its left-wing faction. Oh, I fucking hate it. I absolutely hate that. Every word of that was worse than the last. But wait, there's more. I'm gonna be seeing my friend on Monday. I'm gonna have to ask them for the scuttlebutt on the politics, because they're very much more connected to that than I am. Man, why are all these items shit? There's also things like some members wanting them to return to old platform stuff from the 70s, and abolishing the Emperor basically wanting to be more radical. I mean, they ought to shoot for it, honestly. Being less radical hasn't really gotten them anywhere. It certainly hasn't helped, like, long-run type stuff. Whee! I'm personally kind of convinced that the NHK party is some kind of, I mean, yes, fascist, but also maybe primarily a grift. Because they're almost like too absurd not to be. Oh, we're not making boss rush. That sucks. One that wants to go full fascist, and one that just wants to have the anti-NHK stuff, and then they both have different headquarters, and they're suing each other. I mean, good though, honestly. Like, if they're busy fighting each other, that means that they're not fucking anything else up for us. This is very like Ken Watanabe meme time. Famous serial wife cheater, Ken Watanabe. Ooh. Okay, but... Oh, fudge. Okay, that sucked. Because I really want to get the boss rush, is the thing. Seems like they're fully relevant at this point. They're fully relevant at this point, and their base of weird libertarian guys just turned to Ishin. Oh, irrelevant. See, I kind of figured that was it, but I wasn't 100% sure. Oh, fudge. Yeah, we're not fucking with this. I'm just as happy for them to be irrelevant, honestly. Like, don't need them. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Ooh, birthright. I forget what this is. Oh, it's just an extra coin. Like, lol, whatever. We're already massively overpowered for this run, so I mean, we could take keys just because why not, I guess? We could feed them to key beggars, and key beggars sometimes got good stuff. Oh, that's kind of cool. And we're not going to get any more shops, so might as well take that. That could do fun things for us. Just the deepest sigh. Now I gotta do that room again. I don't know if I want to fight Hush. I kind of think I don't. Because Hush kind of sucks. Hush is a boring fight, and I don't really get anything out of it. There are 30 more small nationalist parties that are out there. I mean, yeah, but probably Hush honestly will kind of turn your brain into mush, because like, if you're not super overpowered, the fight is just kind of boring. It just goes on for a long time. And it's basically just all dodging. Which I have gone a lot better at. To my credit. But it's still a boring fight. I stand by that. But we might not even make that fight, so like, might not even need to worry about it. This is like the smoothest run we've ever had, and I don't know why. Currently big, one of those is the Sanseto party I talked about, and they're only polling 1%. Honestly good, like, hopefully they just get skunked. Just absolutely nobody wants them. That's my hope. Because the alternative is that, like, a lot of people want them, and that would be terrible. Because they're real hardcore nationalists, right? Like, no joking around kind of deal? Anti-vax weirdos! You love to see it. And we don't love to see it, honestly. The LDP. They think the LDP is a Chinese psyop. I just, like, I don't even know what to say to that. It's such an absurd statement. Famous China lovers LDP. Set up with the help of famous China lovers CIA and various ultra-nationalist post-war returnees. You could totally see how they would be very psyopy for China. Their lead guy is a hardcore Shinzo Abe guy that worked under him and is fully convinced that the LDP after Abe turned into a communist puppet. Like, I want to know what fucking evidence is there of this? Because I would argue that there is in fact zero evidence. I feel like the evidence is that there is no evidence. What hurt me? I mean, something did. I just don't know what. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. No, we'll definitely take Revelations. Because that is fucking hilarious. I think we'll... Because this run's going really quick. So... I'll wrap up this run. And then we'll talk stuff. I mean, we are talking stuff now, but... We could talk about my day, we could talk about the various really shitty newses that are going on. It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. I should not check out that YouTube, but I probably will at some point. I sure love having fun. Oh, me too. I mean, I'm a big fan of fun. That fun is one of my many middle names. I am collecting more middle names as we go. I mean, my story's not so bad. It's just kind of like I said, it's just kind of weird and creepy. But not nearly as bad as it could have been. But there are a couple of news stories that I feel kind of do deserve talking about, and they're not. They're not fun. But the world do be a lot right now, so, you know. I've got like one eyelash that went directly into my eye, and I fucking hate it. Not a fan. Yo, could you give me some coins? Game? Oh shit, we are down to 1 life. The eyelash in the eye? It's not, I don't like the feeling. It's uncomfortable. Kamiya believes that Japan should possess nuclear weapons? Of course he does. I mean, like, why wouldn't he? It's just such a sensible course of action. I do not want the golden louse. I don't think that it does anything for us. I always forget what the fuck louse does, but I don't think it does anything useful. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that there are Japanese that want nukes. Because they'll be sure to use them properly. Tried and true fun formula: fire, uranium bombs, no survivors. At the very least, fun adjacent, you know. Nothing says fun like depleted uranium, except pleated uranium. Is that, like, is the opposite of depleted pleated? Like, when they talk about pleated pants, is that what they mean? Thinking of something and doing something that would usually be unthinkable to me and putting in an actual complaint at that coffee place? I mean, I kind of feel like it would be fair for you to do so. They treated you pretty shitty. He's this weird take where he seems to give a weirdly liberal take on comfort women in South Korea and historical understanding of war crimes, not because he cares, but because he wants South Korea to with Japan invade North Korea. Wow. Kamiya. Kamiya, no. Like, there are bad ideas, and then there are absolutely awful fucking ideas, and I kind of feel like that's in the awful idea category. Yeah, no, like Holly, they were shitty. That's a shitty way to treat a customer. You have a leg to stand on. It's not like an unreasonable complaint. Let me kill this giant spider, and I will read that, Alice. I've seen the invade North Korea take before in ultranational circles, and I'm like, how the fuck, even for shitty ultranationalists, do you not understand this was just gonna semi-start World War III? Oh, because they probably want it. Like, they're probably down with World War III. I'm sure they somehow think they're gonna win. Maybe they figure like that. You know, the last time there was nuclear Armageddon in Japan, it caught the Emperor by surprise. This time, like, there's been practice. They've probably, like, they've had drills, and the Emperor will definitely keep Japan safe this time. Now the question is, do we want to fight Mega Stan? Because that could be funny. But we could also die. Step 4, die! I mean, it would be time for the die. For the to die? I forget how that quote goes, but... it would not be good. Oh shit, Mulligan? Mulligan! Hobo stew! Is that wild though? We can leave all these coins because we don't need them. We're just not gonna buy anything. Alright, let's trounce Blue Baby. I feel like Blue Baby had some funny fan nickname, and I don't remember what it was. Like, Steve or Erwin or something like that? Definitely, like, fake gamer girl over here, me? We could peep to see if we can't find an extra chest or two. I don't think we will, and I don't think we need it, but we could look. Just real quick. There's only a couple of rooms left. It'd be super funny if we died in one of these rooms looking for extra items, but you know, I wasn't even thinking that, but it is kind of funny. Isn't his kid, hasn't his kid followed in his footsteps? Like, does a naturalist show? naturalist? You know, the job that he did. He does Steve's old job now. Okay. That's kind of cool. Like that he wasn't ultra traumatized. I mean, I'm sure he was traumatized, but like it didn't erase his love of the natural world, I guess is where I'm going with that. His daughter had a baby not too long ago. Oh my god. God, when did he pass? Like, it was a while back now. I know it was after I came to Japan, but I feel like it wasn't that long after. Damn it! I didn't want to take that damage. Now we've lost like a significant part of our DPS. I found out about his death via a Flash game I played. What? What the fuck? Like, what was it, an in-game announcement? 2006, holy shit. So that was, yeah, it was like only a couple years after I came to Japan. That was before Nova went bankrupt the first time. Oh, it's Newsboard, and also there was... Oh, I get it. There's a character that's based off him long before his passing. You were in year 9. Year 9 is what, freshman high school? Or do you do like high school where it's like junior high school's 3 years and high school is 3 years? Or do you do the 2-4 like we do in the States? Which I thought was totally normal before I talked to like anybody else. And apparently like nobody else does that. Okay, now don't take that coin. I hate this. Well, we can take it now. Give me like 1 second to read that, Alice, because this fight is it's a little bit of a lot. Megastan, I just need you to die. Like, it's asking so precious little. There we go. Unmasking during the COVID-19 pandemic, Kamiya states the people have the right to not wear masks, but further explained that he is not breaking health protocols. I wear masks on planes. At least he's doing that. That was like a really powerful, smooth run, which probably means that like all the other runs tonight are going to be cursed. Let me take a real quick stretch and sort a little bit of bio, and then we will come back and talk about the this and the that. But yes, I'll be back in 5. Just 5-ish. 5-ish. Ghosts, I am back. I don't know who Sam Hulick is, but I'm assuming that's good, or maybe bad. Des, lovely to see you. Hope you're well. I was on the break. Kamiya's first man to be confirmed funny. Yeah, he's definitely funny. Funny with question marks. Speaking of Japanese politics again briefly, there's Japanese talk about the that follows the trans candidate called Reiwa Uprising. That's by a very good Japanese documentary director. Also did the extremely fantastic and harrowing Emperor's Naked Army Marches On, about a former Imperial Japan soldier so traumatized by the crimes that he did in World War II that he tries himself to correct his crimes, and also once tried to shoot the Emperor. As we all should, honestly. Holly says, I had no idea who he was either, so why would he be on there? I have no idea. I don't really know how Bandcamp works. Oh wait. Yeah, that was Bandcamp, right? I mean, I do buy things on Bandcamp, but I don't really... never followed anybody. Found out during the 60s there was 7 guys that tried to shoot him, and a woman. And a woman! Well, we get how we get sometimes when our leaders lead us into war, and then force us to commit terrible atrocities. The womanly energy just comes out, the blood gets hot, we get hysterical, and then we have to go shoot the Emperor. Honestly, I think there should be I probably shouldn't say any of this. I kind of feel like there's got to be a law against any of the thoughts that were in my fucking head. Includes anarchists, former soldiers turned communists, ultranationalists, and also the Red Army faction. The Japanese CIA is listening. They're the guys in Persona 5 Scramble. I forget what they're called. The Public Safety Agency? I guess they're more akin to FBI/NSA. They're pretty crummy. They do spend most all their time listening to leftists and also cults. They probably do a better job listening to leftists than they do listening to cults, I would guess. Mostly because there's still a lot of cults, but there don't seem to be very many public leftists. Public safety's in one of the Judgment games too. Wouldn't be surprised. They show up in... They're they're the cops. When you need really heavy and or fash adjacent cops, and you don't want to make the cops have that role because they're doing something else with them, usually they'll use public safety. How you doing, Des? Hope you're well. Just like every security agency, yeah, they're pretty gross. Which is why it bugged me so much in Scramble, because I mean, I know we talk about how Royal is very superficial in its revolutionary ideas. You play up the whole, we're thieves changing society, but really they just revert everything to the status quo, and there's legitimate concerns there, but superficially at least, they do seem to be trying to do the youthful rebellion thing. And then in Scramble, you end up making friends with and becoming a team member with a dude from public security, and or public safety, and it's just no, but that's no, you can't, you literally can't. It's like matter and antimatter, you can't put them together. Wiki tells me Japanese CIA is called Cabinet Intelligence and Research Office. Okay. Love to hear the good news, Des, because we're gonna be sliding into kind of heavy news for the next couple. So it's nice to have some good news. Cabinet Intelligence Research Office, the Naikaku Joho Chosatshitsu, is also known as NICHO, Japanese intelligence agency under the Cabinet Secretariat responsible for gathering, processing, and analyzing national security information for the Cabinet. As a principal member of the Japanese intelligence community, the CITO reports directly to the Prime Minister. Its operations are mandated through Cabinet law. Oh, yeah, I figured that was the friend that you were talking about, and hopefully, yeah, there's a little bit of separation that's placed between your daughter and this friend until such a time as they kind of, the friend gets their shit together. Yeah. So, I guess we could start off with my day, because my day was, this is probably like the least heavy, I guess. It's kind of silly, it's a little bit creepy, but ultimately, hopefully not really a problem. So, Alice and Holly might have seen this, because I put this up on Tumblr, but I was at work, I was running the register, and this guy's a customer. He's a regular customer. I've seen him a lot. He's a middle-aged to older, like not old, but like he's Do they have Final Fantasy hairstyle, glass skin, huge sword strapped to the backs? Final Fantasy hairstyles, yes. Sometimes. I've not seen anybody with glass skin. I've only seen somebody with a huge sword at a Halloween event, but I have seen that. I mean, like, not a lot of people, but I've seen a few people like rock the Final Fantasy hair, usually in trendier sections of town. Sometimes in Triangle Park, you'd see folks like that. Sometimes in Harajuku, you could see folks with like the big towering, spiky cloud hair. Most sword owners probably have katanas, it seems. Not real ones though. Probably replicas if they got them. So this guy, and he's been a customer a lot. I've seen a lot. He's relatively friendly, like has never been creepy before. But you know, somebody you could smile to and say, hey, you know, how's it going? Weather's really crummy. That kind of level of relationship. Nothing particularly close. But he does like live in my area. So I do sometimes see him in my regular life that's not work. So that's kind of worrisome. 7 people that own real katanas, and they're all ultranationalists. Wouldn't be surprised. So guy comes up today to the counter, and I'm doing his transaction, and he's like, do you drink? We should go drinking. And I was honestly kind of dissociating, so I didn't really catch what he'd asked. I'm like, what? He's like, do you drink? We should go out drinking. So he's asking me on a date, and I'm like, oh no, sorry, I don't drink, which is true. Like, I don't. He's like, why? Because everybody always asks. And I'm like, well, which I shouldn't have even said anything. You know, I should have said none of your business, but it's like I used to have a bad habit drinking, and I decided to quit. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he's like, do you do SM? And I'm like, the fuck what? Like, what are you asking me? And why? And he starts like, he's pointing to his neck, and I realize that he's like indicating the collar that I have on, because I always wear my spiked collar, which I forget because it's just like, it's part of what I always wear. And I'm like, my head is just like, oh, we had, yeah, very opposite ends of the customer server interactions. Yeah, Des, yeah. And like my instinctive need to be in the wrong in any situation to like take the fault for what's going on at any time. And I'm like, oh, you know, okay, it's not super unreasonable. I do wear this like big chonky red spiked collar, and maybe that's the vibe that he was getting. And then like my brain kind of decided that, yeah, I get to have boundaries. And I was like, you don't just ask people, regardless of what they're wearing, like, you don't just ask people if they're into kink. Like, that's not a normal thing to do. And I was completely like flat-footed. I was just like, I didn't know how to respond. And you know, eventually I was just like, no. Parentheses, but also none of your fucking business, and also parentheses, if you keep this up, you'll find out why I actually wear the collar. But, and he looked kind of weird, and he looked kind of disappointed, and he just kind of shuffled off awkwardly. But like I say, like, I see this guy a lot, and I see this guy outside of work, like, and now I'm wondering, like, is this gonna be weird now? Do I need to be worried? Me staring at a man wearing a shirt with pineapples on. Hey, do you like to... Fuck pineapples, I guess? I don't... Is there a pineapple joke? Is there like a pineapple meme? Because I feel like I've seen like a lot of memes with pineapples and I don't know what they mean. Which is okay, like, because I'm old, but yeah, so that was not great. Didn't like the vibe of that. I got the kink question before because I also wear a collar. Oh, pineapples are a symbol for swingers. I did not know that. I had no idea. I thought pineapples were a symbol for, like, SpongeBob SquarePants. It's like some people have never heard of aesthetic and fashion. I mean, there's that. Alice. Upside down pineapples especially. I'm learning so much. And I always love to learn, so I do appreciate this, Holly. I mean, part of the reason why I wear the collar is that I do like the way it looks. Like, it looks really good on me, and there's not a lot of things that I have that I feel like make me feel good to wear. So, like, there's that, but also the fact that it's like, it's a big, heavy piece of leather with metal spikes and a heavy metal buckle. And I can get it off my neck really quick, and I could whack somebody in the face with it if I absolutely had to. So, you know, because the cops won't let me carry a box cutter anymore. So, you know, kind of, it's nice to have things that have multiple purposes. What's an apple then? Or a kiwi? Orange? Fruit salad even? Well, I mean, you could have the tossed fruit salad. That would be a thing. That's not an innuendo. I'm just hungry. Go eat a pineapple, I guess. So that was my weird day, and I'm just kind of worried that it's gonna be weird in the future now. Like, the next time that I gotta see this dude, which will probably be tomorrow. Because he's a daily customer. So we're not excited about that. But ultimately, that's pretty small potatoes as far as news goes. That's not a biggie. It was just weird and uncomfortable and weird, but mostly uncomfortable. I would guess not, Des. That would attract the wrong kind of attention. They would have SpongeBob cosplayers just rocking up in their faces all the time. Be like, yo, I heard you like Patrick Star. And your kids would have to be like, actually, I like Mazzy Star. I don't know this Patrick Star because I have taste. No, that's me. But also, I don't really know Patrick Star because I don't watch SpongeBob. SpongeBob? I can't talk. Oh my god. I hate everything. SpongeBob was kind of out of my age group. That was more my brother's cohort. My brother's generation was the SpongeBob generation. Which, honestly, I think probably he got the better deal, because we got Ren and Stimpy, and Ren and Stimpy was pretty trash. And the guy that makes Ren and Stimpy is also pretty trash, so, you know, there's that. But, yeah. The other news that we're talking about a little bit last night, and should probably put some content warnings on this one. Queer Misia, definitely. Child death, gonna go on there. Alice is familiar with the story, but are we familiar with the next Benedict story that happened a couple days back? Did any of us see that in the news? Because it's kind of fucky. Not to my knowledge. Okay, well this is it's a short story, but it's pretty shitty. So story of Next Benedict. It's spelled N-E-X. 16-year-old non-binary American student in Oklahoma. Is, I believe, First Nations, but I'm not sure off the top of my head which tribe. Don't know that that's necessarily important to the story, but it is a point of information. So she's going to school, they're going to school, excuse me, they're going to school in Oklahoma. And Oklahoma recently passed a law says that you have to use the bathroom of whatever gender you were born under. So I think up to this point they had been using the bathroom in the nurse's office, but they had to go to the bathroom in the girls' bathroom because they're assigned gender at birth. And so they were non-binary, had been getting bullied for like a year. Yeah, it's real sad. Been getting bullied for a year due to their gender, and some students were giving them shit, and they'd gone in the bathroom, and the students continued to give them shit, and they, being Nex, threw some water on one of the students, I guess, that's the story, and they proceeded to beat the shit out of them, smashed Nex's head into the floor. Now, the news reports that I'm seeing, Nex was still ambulatory and walking around after the fight, was sent home but no parents contacted. And then later that night, Nex was suspended from school for 6 weeks. For 2 weeks, excuse me. Mom took Nex to be examined at a nearby hospital. And Nex died the following day. Just stopped breathing and was declared dead at the hospital. Autopsies are being performed. Preliminary autopsy claims that the head trauma had nothing to do with the death, which seems questionable to me. They're doing toxicology. No results from that yet. But yeah. So that's the next story. And it's just real... I mean, it's very telling as to where we are in the US at the moment that these kind of things are happening. And in states like Oklahoma, where the rhetoric around trans folks and non-binary folks and the overlap between those groups has gotten real toxic, and the laws are getting more and more restrictive, and the general population is kind of picking up on this and is acting with more violence and harassment towards trans and non-binary folks, and so we end up with a death here, kid's death, and it's just kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot to read about. So, I know, I don't know how much more I have to say about that, just beyond the fact that it's got me a little bit fucked up. And Alice, I'd known that you'd brought it up the other night. If there was anything that you wanted to get off your chest about that? It must be so hard not to be violent in a public bathroom. Yeah. It's just been deeply killing me, not gonna lie. Yeah. Like, this, from what I've read, like, this has been ongoing harassment of Nex in specific. Like, this incident was not like... it was not a, like, this just popped up and happened. Like, this was an ongoing campaign of harassment against Nex. So they were jumped by 6 students. Well, 6 students entered the bathroom where the incident occurred. Says, Sue Benedict, Sue Benedict the mother? Grandmother. Sue Benedict's the adoptive grandmother. Said that... Shoot, I lost my place in this article. In the week before the incident, Nex had complained about the 3 girls not leaving them alone, including calling them names and throwing things at them. The officer indicated that this is the police officer that was talking with Sue, indicated it was possible the incident might be seen as mutual, quote unquote, and that Nex might also face charges if Sue pursued charges against the 3 girls, and at the time, Sue declined. So this was previous to the death, previous to the final fight. Al says, like, for extra, our president vetoed a law that was going to help trans kids in school here. It's being heavily attacked by fascists with the same rhetoric. This shit is going to happen here at some point. It's actually happened in one case in 2017, and it's like no one here fucking cares. Yeah, it's, I mean, it's hard for me to kind of suss out how big a story this is in the US. Like, I understand that Kronos, that you might not have heard of it because you're in Canada and you're not, you know, you're not trans, you're not queer. So, like, for me, it's like I follow a lot of trans folks, I follow a lot of queer folks, and so, like, we're talking about it. So it's hard for me to tell, like, how folks outside of that community are talking about it. Alice says, even a lot of big trans figures here who are binary trans women were like, why are you caring about protecting trans kids, just focusing on vague idea of medical services? And I'm like, no one fucking gives a shit. Our allies don't give a shit. Part of our community that's accessible to cis people and have platforms don't care. Yeah. There's a very big, like, that energy, though, isn't there? Like, if you're passing, if you've already got your shit sorted, and then you don't have to care about the rest of the community. It's the got mine, fuck you mentality. Yeah, no, I mean, and you're dealing with it in a much more direct fashion, because, like, you've got this stuff, like, right in your life that's like, dealing with these groups and dealing with the government. It's like it's very much close to home for you. So yeah, I can understand that it would be wrecking you. I mean, I'm not in that position of immediacy, and it's wrecking me. I mentioned yesterday the house has been delayed, and the more I stay here, the more I'm in a place where there's nowhere to go back to when things go bad, and it scares me genuinely. Yeah. It's a legitimate fear. Like, honestly, with what's going on in Portugal right now. Oh, there's nowhere to go to when things get bad. No, I know that you mentioned that the house was delayed, but I don't remember if you said why. Like, is this the kind of deal where they're just gonna string you along? Or does it feel like, even with the delay, like, you are eventually gonna get the house? Apparently the guy can't leave the cancer ward he's in. That's kind of understandable. He was going to call me yesterday, but I did not get a call. Man, I want, like, Just, can he have his wife sign the papers? Like, does it gotta be him? Kronos, I appreciate that. I really do. And I don't want you to feel like you've got to do more than that. Like, you can't. How's the way that I want to phrase this? Like, give me a second, because I want to make sure that I phrase it right. There's only so much that you can be expected to understand or empathize with a situation from the outside of it. Like, there's always going to be that space that is just kind of closed off to you. And as long as we're at least trying to understand within the limits of what we can understand, I think that kind of has to be enough, and I wouldn't ask for more. And it is, like, it is extremely frustrating. There's a lot of incentives to be awful, it feels like. It oftentimes feels easier or more rewarded. Not rewarding, but rewarded. To be awful. Particularly if there's a marginalized group to be awful too. And it's something that we have to kind of push against. Like, we're not born saints. We're not necessarily born sinners either, but I kind of feel like the way things are currently set up, it's... the skids are a little bit more greased on the sinner side than the saint side. So it does take some effort to try to be decent, I feel like. As a point of reference, I've seen a single fist fight, just the one. The worst of it was a bloody nose, and that already had me kind of freaked out, so I cannot fathom how terrifying it must be to get ganged up in a private area. Yeah. I've been in a couple of fights. Well, I mean, a fight implies that there's some kind of semi-equal footing between the people, and that was not the case. But never anything like this particular situation, and I just can't even imagine. Alice says I almost went blind due to a fight before. Holy fuck. Well, that's like the thing, Kronos, and that's really what the scary thing is here. Or, well, one of the scary things here is that, like, this rhetoric that we have on, like, the gender issue right now, particularly in these states, because Oklahoma is a very unsafe state for trans folks currently. Like, the government is very, very anti-trans, and there is a pretty significant support for that in the general population. Not complete, but like, when you look and you see that authorities are speaking against these groups, you know, and authorities are like, oh, we think that this is absolutely wrong and these people are absolutely wrong, then if you are somebody who's already inclined to be shitty towards whatever marginalized group, it could be people who are marginalized due to race, or because of gender, or because of disability, or the crossing of any of those points, like, you realize that you have cover for whatever shitty behavior that you want to do. That it's more likely that you're not going to be punished for it. That the authorities are going to look the other way. Like what we see in Nex's case, where, you know, the police talked the grandmother out of pursuing charges because they were like, oh, well, you know, this could be seen as mutual. Even though the grandmother and Nex had, like, been saying that this has been going on for the entire year. And the cop's like, oh, well, this is, you know, this would be seen as a mutual thing. They could sue you back, so you shouldn't press charges. And that's what's worrisome, because it's like, it's not like everybody that you run into is going to be violent. It's not like everybody that you run into is even going to be, you know, anti-trans. But the folks that you run into that are inclined to be violent about these things will feel more like they can get away with it. And that was something not necessarily specifically on the trans issue. And I'm gonna come back to you, Alice. I just want to wrap up this thought before I lose the words. Not specifically on the trans issue, but the trans issue is definitely gonna influence it. But the last time I talked with my dad, and he was like, I'm actually starting to get really worried. You have to be careful, like, what you talk about with or around some people, because you don't know how they're going to be reacting. And my dad's not really somebody to get worried about those kind of things. Like, he's 75. He's been around in a lot of situations for a long time. He's dealt with a lot of people, some of whom have been violent people. He's seen, you know, these kind of situations and changes in society like this, and he's worried now, and that makes me real worried for when I go home. Alice says it was with a fight. It was a fight with a. It was with a bully. Okay, I can't read. Sorry about that. Did the bully, like, spray you with something? Because that sounds like a fucking lot. He punched my eye. Oh god, like right in the eye. I couldn't see in one of my eyes for like 7 minutes. Oh, Jilly Beans, it's lovely to see you. Came in a bit of a heavier moment, yeah. Lots of stuff going on. Real exciting. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're safe in Wisconsin. I bet it was, Alice. Like that, yeah, Wait, was this recently? Like, this wasn't recently, was it? Oh, thank dogs. Like, I was worried enough as it is. It was like when I was 16, okay. I mean, that doesn't make it a happier story, but at least it's not something you're dealing with, like, right now. I'm well and safe. I was at a show last night with lots of queer representation. I love to hear that. I feel like there should have been more words in that sentence. This has been happening a lot recently. The intonation is not supporting the syllable count. I'm not doing another keeper run. We just did a keeper run. Mostly good. I am still displeased with my intonation, but I do appreciate it. Oh God, I don't want to do Apollyon. He's boring too. Fuck it. Charge Penny. I don't know if you heard my story about the weird guy today, but there was a weird guy today at work. It was kind of crummy. Didn't like it. But otherwise, things are pretty good. Although I do have in I put this story up on Tumblr's. It's just so I don't have to repeat it twice. Basically, a guy that was asking things that he didn't have no right to be asking at work. With the added bonus that he's somebody that I see around town, like in my neighborhood, so excitement, fun. Fucking people being people, really though. In slightly funnier news, I do have this giant, like, health checkup coming up the week after next, and they sent me like a packet of stuff for the health checkup that I've got to bring with me when I go, and they sent me poop spoons, and I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't want to do it. Like, I know I gotta, but it's kind of gross. And by kind of gross, I mean it's really gross. But this is apparently the custom. I've never had like a full-on adult health check before, so I don't know if this is normal everywhere or if this is just a Japan thing, but yeah, I gotta bring a sample. They're quite ingenious though. They're very well engineered. Oh shit. Oh fudge. Oh yeah, well there's that. I didn't like that run. That wasn't a good one. I thought peeing in a I mean, I'm not looking forward to that either. This is like the full health check. The real deal Holyfield. I think I might get an MRI. Like, I forget all the things that they do, but it's gonna be like an all-day affair. I've got it scheduled pretty early in the morning, so it should be finished by the time stream starts. Like, I shouldn't have to delay the stream. I'm hoping. But I have heard that these can go like for hours. So we're very excited about this. And by very excited, I mean very, very excited. This is gonna be so much fun. I think this is gonna be one of those, like, you gotta drink barium and then they're gonna like check my insides with the barium, which honestly is kind of exciting. I'll give them that. I want to see what my guts look like. I'm looking forward to the piercings showing up in the x-rays too. That's always fun. Love that. It was kind of embarrassing when I had to get my, I did a lighter version of this when I was working demolition, and they did the chest x-rays, and The doctor didn't say anything, but like, kind of did give me a funny look. I hate it when people come at someone who's working, aka trapped physically and by expectations of courtesy and behave poorly. Yeah, it was kind of a lot. It was kind of uncalled for. And the weird thing was, like, my initial reaction to it was, in my mind, was like, oh, well, it's not really his fault because I wear this collar, so of course he would, you know, would get the wrong impression. And then I thought to myself, I was like, but wait, even if, like, you just don't ask people that. Like, you don't ask if people are into kink. That's not an okay question to ask. Outside of, like, situations where an intimate question like that would be appropriate, which is not when you're working at a cash register. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh at you sex. Me seeing a 14-year-old girl with a collar, are you into kink? Gets arrested by police. Yeah, I don't think they would look too kindly on that, no. I'm fairly certain, particularly in the world climate at the moment, that would probably at least get you spoken to sternly by the gendarme. Now, like, would you be arrested by, like, the police with Phil Collins, or is that, like, post Phil Collins police? Honestly, yeah, like, they're common enough in fashion that, like, if you buy collars that are designed for people, they're fucking expensive. Which is why I don't. Yes! No, like, that also, Kronos. That is also not an acceptable thing to ask somebody. Oh, right, Phil Collins was Genesis. I'm sorry. Oh, my hideous secret is revealed. I was not actually born in the 80s. Don't worry, folks. I was born in the 70s. It's like the 80s, but shittier. But honestly, like Kronos, everybody asks. When you tell people that you don't drink, like, everybody fucking asks why you don't drink. It's like people can't even conceive of not drinking. And it is also kind of gross. Man, my voice is choppy as fuck. We had Carter in our lives for a bit. We did. We got 2 years of Carter. Wait. No, wait. We got more than 2 years of Carter. Well, no, Reagan got in 1980? Because Reagan was 80 to 88? That's like asking why you can't take a picture of a cosplayer who didn't consent. Yeah. I was thinking of the analogy, but I think it worked. Elected in 80 and inaugurated in 81. So 3 whole years of Carter. Carter and his peanuts. I remember telling, like, one of the few memories I have of that age that don't involve me being hit by a car or being bitten by a dog. I remember telling my dad that in the Reagan-Mondale election, that my dad should vote for Reagan because he sounded like Scooby-Doo. And as a very small child, I thought that immediately made him presidential material. This is my deep and not so secret shame, because I'm pretty sure I've told that story before. Ruh-roh. I didn't know anything about air traffic controllers. I was like, what? 6? 1984, yeah, I'd have been 6 years old. Drinking culture in Japan is really bad. Oh, Soup! It's been a time, Soup. But you missed the heavy stuff, which maybe is for the best. Kind of reminds me how the name of the current president is Doug Bowser. The current president of Nintendo is Doug Bowser. You would think, like, he wouldn't lose to Mario quite so often if he were president of the company. I really want that battery. We need to get that battery. It is very important. And then we need to go to Boss Rush. We did talk some about that murder, yes. There was a little bit of stuff and personal stuff, but it was not like super bad, just kind of creepy and gross. I need one more fucking coin. Can you work with me here? Can you give me one coin? That is not a coin. Oh my god. How you doing tonight, Soup? Is life treating you kind? Oh! I mean, it's not on you. I accept your sympathy. But not your apologies. Because this is definitely not on you. Just people being people being gross. I forgot to mention this to you the other night, Soup, but you might be amused. My copy of LBP2 comes with Sackboy's Prehistoric Moves as an on-disc bonus, which I thought was pretty darn funny. I mean, the Japanese ultranationalist politics, though, those are just kind of funny. They're kind of funny sad. Oh my god, would you not give me a bomb? And by... I cannot fucking talk. What is wrong with me? I need you to give me money. Oh my dear... My friends and my neighbors. This is absurd. Mine too. I think the only people who lost out on that was the North America folks, because mine also comes with how to join PSN tutorials in like 10 languages. Oh my god. That's pretty cool. Oh, I haven't watched it yet, but I did see that it was out. and I am quite excited for it. Yo, where's the secret room? Game. Actually, like, where is the secret room? There's no way we're making boss rush, but... Is it actually here? That is so weird. Give me a coin. Just one? Thank you. All I wanted was a Pepsi. Just one Pepsi. Oh, well, they usually announce the next movie at the end of the current episode. Is Gothic the one that's got the, like on the movie box, on the movie poster, there's like a little impy looking dude crouched on a bed? Oh my god, I actually remember that! I mean, all the best impy dudes are from old European paintings. It's like some kind of law. Oh. We got angels. It's a red angel, 'cause life hates us. Would I like to join you for the movies talking about Abraham Lincoln? I mean, it sounds neat, but I don't know how the logistics of that would work. When would you need a decision? Because if I said yes, I'd want to make sure that I could actually do it. We normally record near the end of the month. Let me alright, so there's at least a full month. Let me talk with you on in the next day or so. Okay, yeah, no, get your food. Food is important. To Soup or Kronos, because I think you'd be the only folks who would have interest and or knowledge on this. Did either of you see in the subreddit, like, somebody posted a thread that Stephen Fry's IMDb page has a listing for LBP4? That's hokum, right? That's not for real. That's somebody having a larf. Yes? I didn't actually read the post because I was thinking about 12 different things at the same time. But it seems unlikely. I mean, there is a lot of copium in that subreddit. It makes me a little bit sad sometimes. I realize it's not their fault, but, like, it does make me sad. Even if it is true, you'd be forgiven for thinking it's not. I mean, it just seems extremely unlikely, especially given, like, what we were talking about yesterday with the contractions in the game industries. Wait, is IMDb, is it like it's not like a wiki, right? Like people can't just edit an actor's details, can they? Even then, Steven's presence in 3 is so scarce, I was under the impression he didn't even want to be involved. He's not in very much, is he? In 3, now that you say it? They got that poor intern to do the tutorials. Let me kill this boss before I read the rest of that soup, because I can't look away at the moment. Oh, thank God, we got some HP. Not directly if I recall correctly, but if you put an actor as appearing in a show or movie whose page you moderate, it automatically shows up unless a mod for the actor's page shuts it down. Welcome back, Alice. I hope you got the yummiest food. I hope you got the most comforting comfort food, because I feel like we all deserve that. It just seems like with all the industry contractions and how Sony in particular tends to treat its IPs, I can't see them doing an LBP4 like that. That doesn't make any sense. We normally record at the end of the month or like near the end of the month. Let me grab your ear about it on like tomorrow night or Sunday night. Like we can DM chat about it. Because it does sound interesting, but like I'd really worry about screwing up your schedule by like counting on me being there if I can't actually pull that off. Do I have your address in Discord? I don't remember. I might do, but okay. So it's just your regular. Yeah, we can get rid of that. I guess the cat's a little bit out of the bag, but even still, we could drop that. You have a wonderful day. Don't take no guff from nobody. 0% guff. You don't want randos, you just want Nandos. That could be their slogan. That could be their new ad campaign. No randos, just Nandos. No one can be as annoying as the chaser guy. Is that the didn't you shake him? Isn't he done now? Like, that arc? Is that arc finished now? See, I'm telling Soup, you gotta call up the marketing department. Like, you could have a gold mine here. You could be the next Don Draper, or Don, even better, like Don Doubtworthy. Wait, what? Never ask a man his age, a woman her salary, or the Nando's people why they're two Portuguese people with Mozambique citizenship and living in South Africa? That's a bit of a rut-row. Yeah, that doesn't sound great. Why is a purple DualSense a meme in the LBP subreddit? I think it was on the Media Molecule page, and some folks are claiming that this is proof that there is an LBP4 being worked on. I generally don't actually read any posts unless they're strictly related to art or someone's level. Because people do still, like, legitimately post nice art in there. And you do get folks that will have, like, levels that they're working on. And I know I missed a couple of stuff, but let me kill these bosses before they kill me. Also, you joke, but I have numerous times thought about getting into advertising, seeing as I like coming up with fun slogans or campaigns in my head. I mean, it's not an impossible thing. Far less clever people than yourself have made fortunes in advertising. But I think mostly because they're evil. And you're not evil, so you might have a hard go of it. Oh shit, curved horn. Fuck yes. Alice says, before I answer why that, think about why they're European white people with African country citizenship living in South Africa. Think about what I told you about Portugal having colonies until the 70s. Oh, I mean, I've got a pretty good idea of why they might be down there, yeah. Honestly, that purple controller is the strongest proof the community has ever gotten. LOL. I want, like, I wonder slightly if somebody's out there just like, how can we troll these kids now? Like, what can we do this time? Mama. Ooh. Oh shit! We got an angel room. Love to see it, but unfortunately, it is garbage. Hate to see that. Wait, there was an LBP4 tweet a couple weeks back? I missed that completely. We're just gonna go completely hard, aren't we? Which I admit sounds kind of gross. Wish I hadn't phrased it like that. Soup says, maybe I get an advertising job for one of those tiny little companies who don't even have the tech skill to be required to be evil. I mean, there's that. Or you could get, you know what you could do? I mean, I don't think this is actually a job. Wait, I want to catch Holly. Gonna head to bed. Mori says goodnight and wanted to let you know that she also disliked the lady who made me feel like a third wheel on our date. Moria's got good sense. But good night to you. I wish you a wonderful sleep with all the best dreams, and we will catch you on the flip side, the side of flipping. Either the official Twitter or one of the head honchos made a joke about people asking for LBP. Oh God, that is so cruel. Like, honestly, that's kind of cruel to these poor kids. But I was thinking, Soup, you could get a job doing environmental design in games. Somebody's got to make all those posters of this is not the product, but we're totally going to make it seem like the product. Or just goofy local businesses in RPG worlds. The only problem is that I don't know if that is a job by itself. When Portugal decolonized its colonies, or was forced to decolonize, a lot of people from the literal apartheid states we had went to South Africa when it was literally still apartheid. Well, I mean, they want to be where it's familiar, you know? Also, this room sucks. I hate it. I hate it so much. We only have 1 health. That is not going to help us. You know what? I think we just bomb. Don't even want to fuck with those spikes. They were probably like, yo, though, we know how... Oh, fuck me sideways. We know how the apartheid works. We want to stick with the apartheid. Also, we died, because I went a little bit too hard. It's a mess because we mainstream right-wing politicians now pushing since forever that removing the colonizing white people from countries we had as colonies was... I wanted to read the rest of that sentence, and then the deepest sigh I have possibly ever felt just... It was like my lungs became detached from the inside of my rib cage and forced this sigh out of me. Anytime I see anytime I see the words white genocide, I just kind of want to scream. Soup says, unfortunately, I think it's one of those gig jobs you either hand out to already hired staff or hire freelancers for a tiny one-off payment. If I found someone willing to hire for just that job already, I would have submitted an interview. I mean, I imagine you're right, honestly. like there probably are environmental artists, but I can't imagine it's like, it seems like something that would be in-house. Chrono says, now that the possibility of an LBP4 is finally more than zero, I do genuinely hope it's good, and for the bare minimum, it doesn't suck. I don't know. I mean, we kind of talked before. I don't know if I've ever really arranged my thoughts very clearly, and I don't know if that's going to happen this time. I doubt it will. I don't know if you could do, like, LBP now from scratch. I mean, I think you could still make a good game, but I don't know if you could make LBP, if that makes sense. Because if they were doing it for the PS5, I can't imagine that they would keep all the community levels that they've already got. I mean, Soup, you just gotta hit him with your winning smile. I don't know, that you'd have to touch somebody though. And I don't know how you feel about touching people, but I generally don't unless I have a strong bond of trust with them. Well, see, the thing is, like, I feel like Chronos, like, you could do that. Like, it's a technical feat, and that means it's accomplishable. But I don't know if you could get that Frisian to build a self-sustaining community. And I think without that community, then even if you have the perfect create mode, the game's just going to collapse in a couple of years. I'd rather not to, but apparently that's a cheat code to get any job you want. Well, I'm proper fucked then. Just rock up and start absolutely molesting those mitts. That just sounds like, it sounds like a call to the police about indecent exposure at a sporting goods store. It's like, officer, yeah, I don't know. He just rocked up and started molesting those mitts. You gotta stop him. Because this is clearly like Dick's Sporting Goods. They're not leftists, so they would definitely call the cops. Community is powerful. There's a reason Minecraft still exists today. LPP4 just has to pick up the slack and fast. I don't know. Like, it's absurd to say, but, like, 2024 just feels like a very different gaming world than 2008 did. On the pod thing, it's me and Ludo. We're looking for an American because we're going to be talking about Lincoln mythology cinema. And we as two Europeans want somebody with a more American view. Since to us, Lincoln is just the guy with a funny hat. I mean, I don't know if I could add too much more than that. Lincoln is semi-canonized because of his role in the abolishing of slavery. People tend to overlook the fact that he suspended habeas corpus. People don't overlook the fact that he became a premature corpus, what with the getting shot in the head and everything. He's on our pennies. Everybody generally seems to like him. But I should clarify, I don't believe this outcome is likely, I just believe that this is what needs to happen if they want to stay afloat. Yes. Like, I think you're right, like, create mode does have to be the apotheosis of LBP create mode. Whatever that means, but it's gotta be perfect. It can't be buggy. And the community does have to step up. I think it's conceivably possible to get create mode to work, especially if they are starting from scratch and saying, like, you know, we're not going to worry about making it backwards compatible. We just got to get it right. Like, the rules, we're going to set the rules here. This is how it's going to work. These are going to be the physics for this game. Like, but you could do that because that's a technical problem. And they already have experience, assuming that, like, this went to MM, like, they already have experience with that problem. But I don't know if the community side, if you can do that again. Alice says, one of the funniest things of us getting these two movies is the moment we got them, that Apple TV Prestige TV show about the Lincoln murder got announced, alongside a Prestige Netflix show about the death of Chex Notes, President Garfield with Michael Shannon as Garfield, with the dude from wait, is Michael Shannon the dude from Slither? No, that's Michael shit, what's that dude's name? The guy that James Gunn always uses. That's not Michael Shannon. That's his name starts with an R. Honestly, like, I kind of feel like Soup. I feel like that could be LBP's niche. Like, they could carve out that space. I still think there's a lot of room for, like, doing things in 2D. I think that's still a really good design space. LBP2's create mode, I'm gonna say a thing, and I am ready to get lambasted, but after spending so much time with LBP3's create mode, LBP2's create mode is not poop from a butt, but it is not particularly great. Like, all the little quality of life changes in 3 make create so much fucking smoother. I was dorking around a little bit in LBP2's create mode, and I'm probably going to do some stuff in LBP2's create mode, especially if I decide to go on the servers, but it's like, yo, you can't even grab multiple corners with the corner editor. Like, that's just absurd. There's no physics tweaker? There's no physics tweaker. Can we talk about how there's no physics tweaker? You can't dephysicalize things. It makes me so sad. The amount of work I do with dephys in LBP3 to get my effects is like, honestly, kind of absurd. I just looked at it and I sat and I made like the sad emoticon for like a full minute. I was just like, what? What? Where's my toy? I need this toy. Podcast is also going to have 20 minutes of me talking about JFK, the Oliver Stone movie. Oh my god. Get into it. Get that beast. Speaking of, I haven't taken a break. It's past the 2-hour point. I'm going to take a break because it's past the 2-hour point. I really want to get something liquid down my throat parts. I'll be back in a mo. It'll be great. Ah, my ears. Oh, so much pain. Alright, I am back. We've only got about a half an hour, so I'm gonna have to speed run this a little bit. Oh, crumbs, I missed Dez. Good luck with your reports, but you're probably not here to hear it, but good luck with them anyways. Supum said, talking about his layperson interest is an LBP3 that works and has the extra bits and bobs. Cronus needs to work his level. Crafting magic really gonna attract general gaming audiences. LBP3? No. 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 I mean, it's pretty crummy. I have not yet, and I need to, because it sounds really good, Alice. The things that you've said about it. Oh wait, and I don't want to restart this run. I want to do Lost, because we don't have a ton of time. Yeah, I don't know. Like they'd really have to. I don't even know if they could catch that lightning in a bottle again. Sumo certainly couldn't do it. Like, as much as I'm not certain that I would want MM working on it again, because the MM of today is not the MM of LBP 1 and 2. Like, I don't know. It'd have to be somebody with MM's energy. Are there even any companies that could pull that off? Because, like, wasn't the reason that MM didn't, like, they got Sumo to work on 3 was because MM didn't even want to do more LBP2, or LBP? They had figured they'd already gotten everything out of it that they had wanted? Oh god, it's always the spiders. Why is it always the fucking spiders? That's what I've been thinking for a long time. Would you want MM to work on LBP if they didn't want to? And honestly, I wouldn't. Because they would have to bring their A game. What about their quadruple triple A game? I'm sure. As long as it doesn't come with, like, with any sexual harassment, I think they could bring that if they wanted to. If we're talking purely in a vacuum of just story content and overall aesthetic beats, I'd actually say Nintendo, because the Yoshi game. That would be interesting. What kind of timeline produces that? That would mean that we could get Splatoon DLC, and I would be there for an Inkling pack. Actually, I don't know if I would be, because, like, I do think one of the issues that LBP had was their over-reliance on licensed product. I never liked that even before it was all getting delisted. That being said, I did do the recording for the Adventure Time pack today, and it is a very nice gallery stage. It's probably one of the better one-shot gallery stages outside of the Monster Pack. I legitimately cannot think of an original level kit that isn't just Journey Home. Wait, like, what about the Move Pack? Surely you remember the Move Pack. I say that because I just finished it. And the Move Pack looks a lot better and plays a lot better in LBP2 than it plays in LBP3. And I don't know if that's because the Lollipop was designed for the PlayStation Eye and not the PlayStation 4 camera, but it was much easier to keep, like, actually being read. I didn't have it going wacky places where I didn't want it to go. I'll be real with you, I did not remember the Move Pack. I mean, that's fair. Sad, but fair. It is a really good pack, it's very pretty. It set a distinct aesthetic tone for LBP2 levels that it took them a long while to shake. I still remember the Tropical DLC pack, purely for Sumo's continuing the proud MM tradition of casual racism. That's a fucking mood! And yeah, you're right, it's real uncomfortable, and I'm not looking forward to recording it for the archive. It's going to be exciting. And by exciting, I mean I'm going to curl up into a ball of ick. Just ick, mostly. Just don't work on it and pretend that the video file is corrupted. I mean, I could just not do it, but that would irk me. It's a shame because, like, otherwise it's not a bad pack. I could do that for art, but that quite literally happened to me yesterday, so lol. Lol. But also I hate that for you. Was that the work in progress that you were showing me the other day? Cause that would suck. Oh shit, Mulligan? Fuck yeah. Hook me up, I want some flies. Get some flies in this house, bitches! I guess that'd be my #1 requirement for an LBP4 or LBP spiritual successor. Give me a game I can wholeheartedly recommend and not have to append except for all the iffy parts at the end. God, would that be nice though. If we're talking about our wish list of things that I doubt we would be lucky enough to see, but that I would love, I'd like them to completely rework the prize system so that the prizes are not dependent on skill. And I know that sounds a little bit weird, but I am of the feeling that if you're giving away things that people are going to be using to create in levels, you shouldn't force them to be skilled in something that is not level creation. I'm glad you didn't lose it, because I was liking that work in progress that you showed me. Wait, doesn't Vampire Survivor end up with about 1 billion different particle effects and creatures on screen at the same time? I feel like that might be asking a little bit much. Maybe if you just work the emitters correctly, Kronos, you could get something like that to work. Oh fuck. Don't you dare. I do not want to die to you, Krampus. That would make me sad. I mean, yeah, it was kind of rude of me, but also funny. Hopefully funny. Here's what I'm thinking. So, okay, so you got like your story mode, right? And you've got it arranged by creators. Because I was thinking about this in the context of LBP1, but... And you've got, like, a level that is, like, a vault level. And you get the key to the vault at the end of the levels. Like, at the end of the play levels. So, with, say, the gardens... And I know this is still slightly skill dependent, but I'm assuming that we're making our basic levels playable by most people. Although I do like the idea of just having an unlock in the menu, but I don't think that gamers would accept that. That would make it too easy and they would revolt. So you've got your 3 gardens levels. You've got like, what, first steps, get a grip and skate to victory. And you would get your key at the end of the level at the scoreboard. Like, not for an ace, just for completing the level you get your key. And then you can go to the vault level, and the key for get a grip would unlock all the prizes from the get a grip level. And they would just all the bubbles would drop down. Vampire Survivors was almost made by somebody that worked on slot machines who used some of those elements for the game. I did not know that. But also have never played Vampire Survivors, so... But I do think, like, honestly, I think that the best option would be an option to... like, have an option in the menu where you could either, 1... set it so that you have to get the prizes in level, 2, you can unlock all the prizes right away. Or 3, you can unlock any prizes that you have not yet picked up in level. So you've got it so that for the people who want like the challenge, they can have that. If you've got like people who just like, I want to create, I want all the toys, I don't want to fuck around, they can have that. And if you've got people like, I want to try the challenge, but I don't think that I'll get everything, or maybe I can't get everything, so I can pick up whatever I didn't get, they've got an option too. I think, however it would be done, like, getting rid of, like, prizes through acing, like, by all means, like, give players a trophy for acing, if they want it, because that's, you know, it's kind of a big deal, but, like, don't tie prizes that you would use in create mode to acing the level, because that sucks. A system I've seen some games use is showing all the collectibles on the map after collecting a certain amount. I think LBP should allow the option to unlock the rest of the prizes after collecting a certain amount of said prizes. That's an option as well. I'm just thinking, like, I'd want to make sure that all players would have the option to be able to create with all the stuff. Like, when I was looking at the move pack prizes for the mini games, because I was struggling so much with the mini games, and some of the prizes for shit, I forget which one it was, but like there's some really nice decorations that are tied to the top score in one of the mini games, and it's like that shit's really fucking hard to do. And I can imagine that there's just like a lot of kids that wouldn't be able to. Shit, I couldn't. And I knew what I was doing, and I was willing to put the time into it. Well, I was willing to put the time into trying. And yes, that's another piece of it, is like where you've got those prizes that are locked behind multiplayer shit. And it's like, well, that's great if there's online and you can get online, or you've got friends that you can couch co-op with. Not so much when the servers are down, or if you don't have friends or you don't have a good online. Soup says, I thought of another system. Have the player collect tokens instead of prize bubbles. At the end of the world, you get a basic theme stuff from a vault, like you said, but you can also access rare prizes you can unlock by spending tokens, and that way you can pick and choose which bits you want, or go completionist mode and get all the tokens to unlock them all. That's another way to do it, yeah. That could absolutely work. One more Portuguese helping? Absolutely, hit us with it. Oh, Claire, how you doing? It has been so long. I hope you're well. I hope everyone in your life is filled with good health. I do not want the ladder because I can fly. I do not need this ladder. The leader of the largest right-wing party that will be probably our next prime minister just said that people should form militias to stop so-called crime against farmers. I do not love anything in that sentence. That sentence sucks. I would like to petition for a new sentence. I imagine that I would be right in thinking that there is not in fact crime against farmers that is not being perpetuated by the government itself. Timing's been tough because of the time change in November. Hopefully with the time changing back in a couple weeks, I'll be back more often. I've missed you. I've missed you too. I hope it works out. I do understand, like, with time zones. Like, I'm never going to get on folks' case about that. But it is nice to have you in, and I hope that you can be in more often. And I figured it was, Alice. That does seem very much like anti-immigrant bullshit. Most farming work is done by immigrant labor, so let me kill this room because it could kill me very easily. Wait, Kronos, hold on a second. I need to unpack that for a mo. Are you telling me that you stay up literally all night and into the morning to spend time with me? I am deeply touched, but also I'm a little bit worried. You do still need to sleep. Claire is not wrong here. Oh shit, Vanishing Twin. I never see this. It is gonna kill us. We are gonna have two moms. It is cute though. And I do appreciate cute things. Just fucking around, mostly. This file is already 100%, so. Claire, you're gonna laugh, but the last thing I need for the 100% trophy on my side file is, wait, what? Like the Butterbean lookalike? And it is not showing up for me at all, and I hate it so much. Oh, what did I miss? Let me quick scroll up. Most farming work is done by immigrant laborers, so getting away with not giving them rights, people are making up fake immigrants are attacking real farmers stories, when most of the actual work is done by immigrants from India and Bangladesh. I mean, of course, why would we want to give them rights? They don't need rights, they need lefts. With daylight savings, I stay on until 1 a.m., which actually works out for me better than normal time because stream ends at 12 a.m. and I can usually only get in at 11 to 11:30. I love all y'all, but I kind of want to make sure that y'all are getting sleep. I kind of feel like that's an important thing. Work conditions are so bad for these workers, they've been compared with actual American field slave workers. Oh my god. Because most of the companies that employ them control their entire lives. Capitalism was a mistake. Yeah, we'll take that. It's exciting. I'm staying up to 2 regardless. I appreciate the concern, but my work-sleep schedule does not change because I don't hang out in the stream. That's fair. Like, I know from my own experience, when my sleep, when I've actually got enough of a window to have a fucked up sleep schedule, it doesn't really matter what I do. It's gonna be fucked up anyways. So I do dig that. But I will be concerned because, you know, you're family now. You don't, there's no escape from the concern. I've got 9 minutes to finish this run. I wonder if I can actually pull it off. I mean, we've got an I can pronounce words. That's easy for me to do. We've got an amazingly strong run, so we're probably not gonna die, which means we don't get the benefit of being able to escape early. I shouldn't be picking anything up. I should be just like rushing straight to the boss. I mean, I would be down for more sleep, honestly. It's funny because like when I was younger, I was very much in the mode of, well, I'll just sleep when I'm dead. And then I discovered that that's not actually sustainable, like, from a health standpoint. Ozzy Osbourne is just, like, so disappointed with me. Need that. We've already got 12 luck. Well, 13 luck would be pretty good though. Because that would mean that we should be producing flies on every hit. Because I think most of the tier effects will proc on every tier at 13 luck. It's one of the reasons why this character is so strong. Isn't Ozzy kind of a crummy dude? I think you should be disappointed in him, not the other way around. I mean, you're probably not wrong. I haven't really kept up with his life. I wasn't a super big Black Sabbath fan. But I do remember that quote, because it was kind of a famous Ozzy quote. Wait, Ozzy Osbourne is also good on Palestine. Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne of all people. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Because I know that Gene Simmons is a jerk. But I will at least take... Oh, fuck. Okay, that was not good. We could die here. Hold on a second. Can't look at chat, because I don't want to die. Oh, shit! Oh! Nice! Actually pulled it off. Something, something broken clock? Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Let's challenge. We're not going to take the 9 lives. But we will take Judas' Shadow, because that's funny. I mean, I would have thought that Gene Simmons' Broken Clock was when he was in that Tom Selleck movie. That really, really shitty cyberpunk movie. It was called Runaway, and it had little robot spiders. And they were like... The robot spiders, they injected like a poison that also made people catch on fire or explode. I'm not entirely sure. And they were so slow, and they were so big. Like, they were supposed to be... You got the impression that they were supposed to be, like... Oh god, no. No, Kiss was before my time. You got the impression that they were supposed to be, like, stealthy. But they were huge. They were, like, the size of an old cell phone. Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, fuck this. Oh, well, we came back. That's right, because we took Judas' Shadow to be funny. Well, it is certainly funny. Only tangentially related, but the original voice actor for Silver the Hedgehog had trans rights today, so that was nice to see. I like that. We are fans. Kiss head sounds cutesy. Oh, you're a kiss head? Little smoochies on the forehead, are we? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Definitely better than the reality. Monday is Dark Cloud 2, yes. And I know that I've said it many times, but like we are getting close to the end. I hope. I hope so much. Like, I like the game, but I am kind of a little bit tired of it. Have I thought about the next game? I don't know. Like, I would really like to play Little Nightmares 2. That's a possibility. Otherwise, I can't think of anything like right off the top of my head. Oh my god, that was awful. I'd like to play something that's like mid-range in... Oh shit, that's not the... I thought I... Oh fuck, Okay, I scotched that one. That was awful. The The card that I was carrying around the whole game, I mixed it up with Aerowalk, which would slow down the fight, and I would have probably survived. It was not Aerowalk, it was the one that spawns 3 cards at random. Um, so... Yep. That was my fault. That was totally 100% my fault. That was our run to lose, and I lost it. Hate that. Hate it so much, but that is the way it goes sometimes. Not gonna play Last of Us 2. Not a chance. Not even a little bit. No. I'm trying to think if there's anything that would make that game something that I would want to play. Maybe if they no. Because I was gonna say if we got a mod that turned the dogs into balloon animal dogs, and then I was like, yeah, but there would still be all the the anti-Palestine stuff in it, and so there's a Crayon Shin-chan game that came out this month. But that's that's not gonna happen. Oh God, no, no. No, Soup, no. There's so much to unpack in that game. Just based on the things I've seen in Let's Plays. Yeah. That's like right up there with Resident Evil 5 for games like I just do not want to touch. I could probably swing a new game if it's not like a AAA priced game. Actually, this month I'm not sure, because I did have a couple of extra bills come in. But like, I'm in a much more stable spot financially than I was like 6 months ago. So we're not in any kind of place where we could just spend willy-nilly or do really like big ticket items, but we are in a spot where I could justify like every couple of months maybe getting a newer game. The gen I kind of transposed yen and general there. The yen is fucked right now. Like, the economy is just absolutely fucked right now. Which only affects me so much because I'm already at the bottom of the ladder, so to speak. Like, the prices on things that I generally buy don't tend to shift that much, because usually I'm buying staple stuff, like food. And food prices, like, they've gone up, but there's only so much that they can go up at the range that I'm at. My hope is on you picking up Nobeta someday, because all the other LPs I watched never finished it. Huh. I wonder what's going on with that. Let me just pop it into Google, just so I don't forget. It's funny because I type little into Google, and the autofill, like the first 20 autofills are related to Little Big Planet. Which, I mean, not a shock considering what I usually need to look up for the archive, but I've been playing Borderlands 3, and I think the PlayStation Store has the whole collection for like $30. It's an idea, but like, when we did Borderlands 2, that was an 18-session stream. And I'm looking right now for something that's a little bit more manageable. Like, somewhere between 6 and 10. Because Dark Cloud 2 is up to 32 sessions, right? No, not that bad yet. It's up to 23 sessions now, which is the most that we've ever done for one game continuously. This would involve tolerating Borderlands writing too. You're not wrong. I mean, it was kind of fun in 2. I don't remember enjoying 3 that much. I got up to the point where they introduced Tiny Tina, or reintroduced Tiny Tina, and I wasn't super happy with that. Oh god, well, actually, Alice, I don't think that we can, because I'm pretty sure that Yakuza 8 would have sections that are not streamable. That seems in line with what they've done with other Yakuza games. But, like, there's options to think, like, I still have Unsighted, and I have played through Unsighted, so it's like I've got like a good idea of appropriateness and just like how it plays, so we don't need to waste too much time. And Unsighted's a pretty good game. It's a pretty fun game. So that's an option on the table for us. I feel like there's like a couple of other stuff that I've bought over the years that I've never got around to actually playing. Soma. I feel like I should make a pun there, but I'm not gonna. But I want you to know that I could. My brain is done. This was a lot. Today's stream was a lot. Like, a lot of good, but also kind of... Oh, it's called! Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Caught us right at the very end. Yeah. Do need to put a ribbon on things, though, because we're past the 3-hour point. Was there anything else I needed to say? Not off the top of my head. Fudge. Just do the wrap-up. I will ask you all, as I always do, to please be taking care of yourself out there in meat space. Make sure that you are getting all the hydration that you need. Make sure that you're getting at least one meal in a day, even if it's kind of garbo, just to have something in your belly. If you got medications, try to take those medications as close to schedule as your situation allows for. But above all and overall, please do remember that you are loved, you are valued. There's people out there that are rooting for you. They want you to have your best life. They want you to be happy and healthy and safe. I'm one of those people with like really scratchy throat right now. But I'm not the only one. But that pretty much does it for us here at this Go About. So from me, Disco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.